Hello everybody and welcome back to City Skylines with me, T-Davy1. I am now watching Chelsea's first game from up in the sky. So instead of watching it from this view, let's take a little bit of a closer look. So let's go and watch the game live right now. So the game has ended. I hope you enjoyed that. It's something a little bit different. Thought I'd play around with it. Chelsea with the good result. That was fun to watch as well. Something a little bit fun to do. Only a pre-season game. It doesn't count for much. But it has generated us in the game some extra monies, which is always a good bonus. And we're about to watch, when the game ends, a wave of traffic appear and see how will that go. So we're going to let the game keep on running at 1 speed because I'm not sure when the game ends exactly. I think some people are now starting to leave. I'm not 100% sure. And I want to see how much traffic it causes and how much trouble it creates for us. In the mean case though, what we can do is we can do some little playing around with a few little things. So I have just been going through these buildings and looking at the requirements for them to level up. And that is education is what they would like to be leveling up with. I would like to upgrade these houses a little bit. Some of them are leveling up due to education. Some of them are starting to get educated, highly educated. 1 highly educated, 3 educated, 22 uneducated. That would be good for our industry, but that is still slowly dying over here. So there's no need for that really. So let's add a primary school into this area. I have a few assets which I've accidentally got from a save where I was doing a city fix by mistake. I haven't just unclicked them, so this is an asset and this is an asset. I'm not going to be using them, I'm just going to use the bog standard one. So we have a lot of availability for primary schools. The problem is we don't have any in the area really. They're not reaching very far, are they? The whole island's covered. Islands covered. I don't know. Maybe I just leave it and see if all of the people can go and get educated on their own, or should I plump in the primary school over here and try and boost it? I'm going to leave it alone. Let's see. I'm going to come back at the end of the episode and see if any of these have all upgraded. Some are upgrading, so clearly some of them are going to school. Let me just quick check high school. High school. See, the high school is just over there, which is taking in the whole island's worth. Are you full? You are not full. You have spaces, so that's fine. So yeah, no need for a primary school quite yet. So in this episode, let's do some beautification over this area and just try and decorate it up and tidy it up a little bit. First thing we can do is we can put some sound barriers on this road. So that won't be, well, it's going to be a noisy area anyway, but we might as well put a nice sound barrier on there, and then we can just start trying to add some trees into this area and making everything blend in a little bit. First thing I want to do is fence off this railway line so no one accidentally walks into it and gets squished. So let's pick out a nice fence that looks like it. This ore industry fence, what do you look like? That looks pretty perfect to me as a fence to stop people getting onto a train line. So let's unclick all of this stuff and let's see if we can squeeze a train line? No. Squeeze a fence along here. Oh, can I squeeze you in there? Oh, if you squeezed in there, that would be great. Oh, you do want to go in there. How far could we get you to go? Oh, yes. That's very good, isn't it? Yeah, let's run that fence all the way along there. That's good. I'm happy with that one. It doesn't want to go any further because of that that's road there, though. If I had a nice mod, I would be able to squeeze that through that gap no matter what. So we're going to have to leave a gap there, which is a little shame. I'll fill that in with a hedge instead, so people can't walk. And then we'll just run this fence all the way along this train track. And then I'm going to follow that fence all the way along this pathway along here. Let's make that a little bit tighter to that pathway because that is miles off. Miles off. So let's try and square it up a little bit initially. And then we'll just hopefully click that into that. Yeah, that doesn't want to be square either though, does it? No. Struggling with a fence here, guys. I'm struggling with a fence. How far? That far? Yeah, that'll do. And then we'll just run that along there. And then that can be the fence that stops people getting into an area where they shouldn't be, which is on a train line. I'm going to leave this as like a little imaginary, what's it called? Like a service route for people, for like workers. I can't put a path in there, which is a shame. A nice little path would be okay. I might just block this up with like some trees and a bush. Can I put bushes in there and just block that up? Yeah, let's just jam some bushes and a tree in there. Can we get you in there? There we go, you're not going in there. No one's going in that gap. It's not a gap. There's no gap there. Nobody can see it. If I don't think about it, I can't see it. That works fine for me. I might just put a little bit of a little lookout tower here. I know it doesn't fit, and I know it's not like what would you say? It doesn't match this building. It doesn't match this train station, but it's more for those who are like train watchers. I'm not going to judge. I'm not a train watcher myself, but I'm just trying to role play ever so slightly. So let's put a couple of these little towers along here as we can, and it also gives us a little park boost into the area. So yeah, we're going to do that. So if people are train watchers, they can come here and they can watch the trains leave and come into the station. If that's what you like doing, that's what you like doing. So I'm not going to judge at all. That works out fine and dandy for me, and I'm happy with that. This gap here can be beautified. I am just watching traffic very quickly. We are jammed up because of this bus stop. Okay. Right. Is this all the traffic leaving the stadium? No, this is all the traffic coming in off this highway. This roundabout all of a sudden is getting busy. All of a sudden it's getting busy, and I need to be watching that. I'm trying to do beautification stuff here, game, and you're giving me a traffic issue instead that needs to be solved. I may just make this little section here a one-way system, and that may solve a lot of them issues. Yeah, let me just do that. I'm going to make this a one-way system, and that's going to help all of that out very, very quickly. We're going to get rid of the cycling path as well, because I don't want cycling through here. Because they can't really go anywhere else when they come off the cycling path. So yeah, one-way system, in and out, and that should hopefully help out the traffic a little bit. I understand that I have like a community pool, a sauna, and a sports hall here, which is also causing a few issues with me. That bus is just stopped dead in the way. I need a few more buses on this route, if I'm honest. I could do with moving that bus stop. That bus stop moving may help. If I'm honest, it's not really busy anymore. The bus just got confused by the two-way road and missed the bus stop all entirely, it seems. Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to leave it alone. I think that's all right. That's all right. Let's go back to beautification. Let's go back to beautification stuff. Let's just try and line this fence a little bit along here, because there is a pathway quite high up. But let's just try and give a little bit of like a tree coverage really to these houses, because I'm sure if I was them, I wouldn't want to be seeing this main road all the time. So we're just going to dot some of these nice taller trees along this road in a nice straight line, like they've been planted there on purpose by the council or by the city planning, just to try and block out some of the road so it doesn't look quite as bad. Oh, there's a nice little gap in there. I can pop a few trees as well. Yeah, that just helps out a little bit with like the, you know, just so you can't see the main road quite as clearly from your house. I'm sure if you live in the top window, that'd be quite a cool house to live in actually. Top window, you can see the train station over. It'll be noisy, but you can see the train station. You can see the front of the football stadium. If I can, I may try and pull up some pictures of the apartments near the football station, which by the football pitch in my local city, which would be Norwich City, and how they look. I'm then just going to dot some trees along this main road as well, just to try and give it. What tree are you? What tree are you? You're that kind of tree, so that would match. Yeah, so let's go for the slightly bigger ones over here as well. Some people are enjoying a nice tennis game, I see. Very nice for them, very nice for them indeed. It's a shame I can't like sneak a park entrance on there. I probably could if I spun this around. If I spin you around, boop you on there, that's going to give me a little bit more zoning space, isn't it? Yes. You and you. I've just broken that fence by mistake. Let's replace that fence. Where are you? There we go. Back to grid so you lock into a nice shape. I may just run this fence around the back of you very quickly. How big are these fences? What kind of park would I like over here? Maybe a little amusement park? Little amusement park by the football stadium, or a city park that you can just hang out in? A city park. I'm going to go for a city park. So a small entrance if we can. Yeah, you fit in that gap. That is splendid. Let's do some little district park stuff very quickly. It's going to be a tiny little park, just filling in this gap, but adds a little bit something to this area, doesn't it? Adds a little bit more to this area. Why not add in a little park if you can? And do that, and then we can just run this fence along here. I'm still using this ore fence. I realise I need to switch out and use a different fence. Probably the city park fence is the one that I end up using. It looks a little bit better for this kind of area. Yeah, you go into there. Can you snap on an angle, please? So you go in a straight line for me. No, you don't really give a crap, do you? Road length. Road length is the one that's screwing me over at the moment. There we go, and now I can just run a path along here, but you're going to be attached to there, so that's not going to be charged. So I'm going to need to break that, move that fence to the other side. Yes, I'm going to break that structure very quickly. I'm sorry, I'm messing around here. If I do it there, the fence and then work, because it won't. Yeah, so I don't want you to be attached to you. That's the main issue, is you're trying to walk through there. There we go. Don't be attached to that. Don't be attached to that, and I can just draw a nice straight line with this. Or we'll just put a few like cafes and a little plaza on this area right at the end. Let's try and break that up a little bit and add a little bit of shape to this area. Do I want you attached to that road? Just trying to think, could I add another entrance over here? But I don't want too many people making this crossroads by the roundabout, so no, I'm going to leave it as a nice straight line. It can't attach to this road because this road is a slight bridge, which is a nice little bonus, so it doesn't snap onto there. So no one can hop the fence, as they say, and get a free ride in. So you can then carry on this fence just round this corner, maybe. Do you want to go around this corner, game? Don't snap to that road, please. And then we can fit in the chessboard, if I wish. Where's the chessboard? Chessboard, chessboard, chessboard. What are these last ones? Climbing frame. So if I get a city park to level 4, I get a climbing frame. That's what I want. And like a trampoline park. They're the kind of things I want, not a chessboard. No one's going to be interested in a chessboard over here, are they? No, they won't. We can add a gazebo on here, couldn't we? Just might as well fill this out with as much stuff as we can. To get as much entertainment value out of here. So yeah, little chessboard. Adds a little bit of depth for this area instead of a little bit of a dead space by the football stadium. You can go watch the game, and then after the game or before the game you can hang out in the cafe, have a couple of beers in the park with your mates. It's only slightly illegal, you know, you shouldn't be drinking in the park, but well, that's the kind of thing I'd be doing. I wouldn't be doing, actually. I don't like drinking beer, but meh, I see the value that some people like in it, so yeah, that is that filled in, and that is good. We need to think about beautification just over this side as well, because we do have this highway junction over here, so we just need to fill it out with a few decorative things. I'm just going to add in a few little weeds as well in a couple of little areas, just to add a little bit of life to a certain things, and maybe a rock or two. I like a rock or two. Doing some beautification while talking is a little bit different. I normally do this while watching a live stream or a YouTube video or something. I just chill out and place down rocks or whatever I wish. So, and just hang out like that. Really, that's how I spend my time if I'm playing this game. I have ruined that pathway, you dick of a game. I'm going to leave it. Actually, I'm going to leave it because if you want to go on this pathway, just walk up here and take that bridge. That bridge makes more sense to me. Frick off, I don't care. Fluff it, fluff it, fluff it. Another rock, and then we'll dot a couple of little rocks about. They do cost money. I'm not sure why why beautification stuff would cost money in this game. I just want to fence off this highway line right here. So I'm going to use the forestry fence, because the forestry fence I prefer, actually. It's the best one for all this. Don't snap to stuff that I don't want you snapping to, please. You two. Oh, no, don't do it to me, game. Don't do it to me. There we go. Yeah, that kind of looks like that makes sense. Doesn't make sense at all, but it kind of makes sense to me. So I am happy as Larry, as people would say. And then we can just add some trees on here and just decorate it up a little bit. Like people live in these like back gardens. You could even put in like a little one of these little parks that I like to build using the extra tools that are in these areas. So let's see if we can build. What can we put over here that would make sense? Where's the city park gazebo? Give me a gazebo. Spin you around. See, you don't have to be attached. Look how far away that can be from the road for that still to work. Like the game will still register that as a thing. So I can just plop that on that path right there, and then we can go into this kind of stuff and just find like a nice little campsite or one of these little fires so people can come hang out at an open fire, and then I can decorate it up. Yes, it needs to be inside of a park area. Let's do it there. Let's do it there. And then I've gone a little bit quiet there. Apologies if the audio is ruined. I do apologise. Yeah, let's just add a little bit of this stuff so we can add some fencing. We can add some seating on the area. There we go. Just a little bit of that. And then we can add a few little benches and stuff on here. So it looks like it's meant to be, and you can even like squeeze like trees in the middle of these areas if you're really careful and stuff like that if you ever wanted to. So just for instance, let's find a little cute tree. Little purple tree. So there you go, you can fit right in the middle of there, add some shade to these benches, and that fits in. So yeah, just adding a little bit of detail into this area so it's not quite as bland, not quite as dead space and bland. Let's add a few more trees. Let's add a couple of pink trees, just to add a little bit of colour to the area. We've got a nice purple tree over there. Cover that. Let's go back. I don't mind you as a tree as well. Let's add a couple of you throughout the place. And line this road a little bit as well. So, I can squeeze a couple of trees in there. That's what we like. I'm just like squeezing in little trees and little bushes and stuff. Little bush to stop people taking a shortcut. Yeah, there's not a chance you wouldn't just walk under there. I'm not sure I can fit a path under there, or if the game's going to let me. I think the game is going to say, hey, there's something in the way of that. Yeah, it's not a chance. It's going to say no. That's a shame, isn't it? That's a shame. I'd like to have put something there. Get some light, low vegetation shrubbery as well, just to add a little bit of more depth to it. This looks like tall grass, really, doesn't it? It just looks like taller grass, a little bit of high vegetation. Add a little bit more depth, and that is the way that I do my beautification, really. I just start off with a couple of little things and then just try and work out how much to add and how much to take away. I could have tried to play around with the terrain, but I quite like it being flat for this kind of area, so that is going well. Not enough customers. Well, I've done everything I can for you, really. I've lowered the taxes. If you can't make your business work, that is up to you, in my opinion. Uneducated workers 4 out of 4. I like seeing that. Only one over-educated worker. So clearly these buildings are providing the right amount of balanced education people to these businesses to make them operate, in my opinion. So that is all good for me. So yeah, little bit of beautification stuff. I think this has been a shorter episode, but I'm going to call it there because I can feel my voice starting to crack a little bit. And with the edited stuff that I'm going to throw in to make this episode a little bit longer with the Chelsea game, it should make the mark. I'm going to feel like it's a little bit short, but I feel like it should make the mark eventually. I'm trying to aim around the 30-minute mark to see if it works or not. I probably could do with turning that on, Tyler. If you turn that on, it actually may empty. That kind of helps that work, doesn't it, you melon? Delete these abandoned buildings and let's go to a nice cinematic view of this area. Actually, let's go back to this view over here. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I've been TDavy1. Have you got any thoughts on the area in and around the football stadium and the district that is called London, I suppose? Do you get any thoughts on that? Anything else that you would be adding into that area to add some more depth and realism? Just to make it look cool, if I'm honest. I'm really happy about how it's gone. These last 2 episodes I've recorded in a bulk, one after the other, so the first episode I won't be able to respond to the comments or make any changes. This episode I should be. I'm going to try and get these uploaded before I play again, so I can react to the comments. So if you have any ideas or any tips, yet again, still looking for a name for the city. Here's a little traffic issue. Where was that? Where was that? Where was that? Been distracted. I've been distracted. Oh, it's over there. That's fine. So yeah, my name is TDavy1. This is City Skylines. I hope you're enjoying the series. That business is going to die, but unlucky for them. And as always, until next time, peace out.